position of realism?
Um,
That's obviously, it's up to you, because I know that you're not speaking to vegans really at the minute.
yeah, I mean, I imagine if we have a conversation that, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that if you're vegan, that it's coming from your moral obligations, and that that's not going to necessarily follow, right? If you feel like you have a solid foundation, so that would be my assumption, right?
Yeah. I guess my point, like the reason I end up in, like I'm writing my PhD on whether we should or should not be vegan. Like writing a dialectical defense, like a Hegelian defense of veganism, and essentially what I'm trying to argue is that the foundations of which we use for ethics, which I would argue an equality between individuals, is applicable to animals as well, and well, actually not only applicable but already entails animals. And that way, when we, well, that's why it was Jeremy Bentham, where he was really showing when he was saying that, you know, our reasons and our justifications for prejudices when, you know, applied to humans, they're clearly inadequate to show like that we can treat someone different from another. So like, you know, skin color or whatever it may be is not an adequate justification for treating someone different. And the foundations for those, you know, the foundation for ethical treatment typically is suffering, which we see. And then I would say that's essentially where I would essentially go with.
Okay, yeah. Let's start with. Okay, I guess. Do you want to start with the morality, or do you want me to just ask my question? We can pick up from where I go.
Obviously, it's up to you. I would love to know, I guess, what, like, understand your kind of meta-ethics first, so that I kind of understand, like, the position you're coming from. Obviously, I think you kind of got mine, and I'm going to say that there's a right and a wrong, and it involves the expression.
Sure. So so here, get ready to get triggered. So my position is fuck meta ethics. Okay. I feel like any meta ethical claims are completely, totally unverifiable. I feel like any meta ethical claims are immaterial. I don't even feel like I can have a meaningful conversation about meta ethics. And then similar to the morality discussion we'll get into later, my problem with meta ethics is I feel like two people that are using like rationally consistent systems are never going to be able to resolve a dispute between the two of them. Who's making like better meta ethics? That's essentially like my position.
So I was just going to say, even to say that the normative system is, like, let's say the normative system is rational and consistent. My point would be, like, you know, let's say they're using a word like good. That would be a meta-ethical question as to what that actually means, even for their system, would it not?
If they say, wait, repeat that last part again.
So let's say they assume that, let's say, like, they're a utilitarian and they think that, you know, the minimization of suffering is the greatest and overall, like, good of their system. They would have to have that would be a meta-ethical claim entailed in the normative system.
Yeah, it would.
Like, what is good and bad?
Yeah, my understanding is you can't have normative ethics without some kind of meta-ethical claim, right?
Yeah.
Utilitarianism is central from our perspective. Yeah, so I have this vague notion of like every human being seems to have some shared set of preferences, and then that's kind of like what I would seek to maximize through any normative ethical system. So like most people like to be healthy, you know, relatively, like clothes, food, shelter, stuff like that. And then so like these are the things that through my normative system I would put a maximize on all people.
Right. And I guess the position I would say is that I think that meta-ethics is normally entailed by like a contradiction in a normative ethical system. So I think when you're going through your meta-ethical your normative ethical system, you come to a point where you're like, okay, this is not working. You have to cut down something messing up here.
Yep.
And then you brought back in the meta-ethics to analyze your normative ethical system if something might be going wrong. And I think that's normally why we end up there. But you know, I'm just a glutton for punishment, and I just spend every time there. So, I guess the point I'm trying to on that.
What you just said, just as a quick thing, and maybe this will brought up later, is one of the reasons why I feel like meta ethics is bullshit. It makes it. I'm using strong words. I don't mean it, but like, so it feels to me like ethics are all of ethics are like post hoc rationalized based on the feelings of the subject. So like, let's say for instance. Let's say that you had like a school of the most loyal Kantian philosophers in the world. They've studied German so they can read the original text, and all of this stuff is perfectly 100% rationally consistent. Let's say that like the law.
Must refocus. Freedom is worth dying.
little, and I very well might hit them, but I don't hit them because obviously I don't think it's the right thing to do. But I don't take that on a post hoc. I didn't want to hit them. I did want to hit them. I vetoed that desire, and I would say that that desire was in relation to all my other desires, and that is what Hegel calls the system of drive. So the system of drive would be like all of our first order desires, and then our reason would be, or reasoning would allow us to create second order desires, which understand that system of drive and then mitigate which one we will act upon. I would say that if there was a solid logical system in which someone could understand and rationally engage with it, then it would actually modify their behavior, and it wouldn't come before the emotion. It would allow the individual to justify the behaviors in which they do or do not act upon. I do think a lot of people, whatever moral reasoning is given to them, they might act upon whatever desires they have in the first place, but that's not necessarily the case, and I think most people will have at least somewhat of a system in place which dictates good and bad, right and wrong behavior.
Okay. What do you do when you have disagreements in personal desires? Or would we say that's not possible? What would we consider like
Oh no, that's absolutely possible. I would say that's absolutely possible. I would say that like the foundation. I think you know, I hate Ayn Rand. I do really hate Ayn Rand, but I think she made a really good quote. She said you know, a whim is a desire from which the desirer does not care to know the cause. And I think that the whole point of the investigation into humanity, into desire, and what we are, is to understand that all desire holds within it a commonality, which is the individual and the expression of the good life and the interests of that individual. And when you look at that, I think what you can understand is that there are some desires that will ultimately lead to greater overall harm than benefit. And you can say, you know, you might want to take heroin in the moment, but it's not going to overall benefit you. And I think that's how we would resolve it, through reasons and through justification.
What do you do if you have two societies that are separate? And both of these societies have some disagreement about it seems like what we would want to say is objectively one society is correct and the other side is incorrect. And we would appeal to some broad notion of like, well, you know, if we were all perfectly logical beings, we would understand that there's more harm in some society than another. But it seems like even that word harm, we can debate like what that means, and we're going to run into the same reductive trap. So for instance, maybe two societies are perfectly equal. I might have given you this example in our conversation. Two societies are perfectly equal. One allows gay marriage and the other doesn't allow gay marriage. Maybe in the society that allows gay marriage, they view that as being fine, everybody's chill. Maybe in the society that doesn't allow gay marriage, they view that as a harm on like the institution of marriage, that people are supposed to be married in a certain way, and that even if two gay people are happy, that all of society is kind of being harmed by the pervasiveness of this perversity. How do you tell them that their definition of harm is wrong? How do you resolve that dispute there in terms of like what is harm?
I've always two things I'd say. I'd say that the first thing is we can know the difference of which one is better or worse in relation to whether the individual is living in society and having a greater social identity. So I think maybe this is something of slavery that's the easiest one to give, because obviously there's a whole class of individuals being actively oppressed at every given moment. I'd say that in cases where gay married people, gay people are unable to be married, I would say that the oppression is more ideological and unable to act upon certain non-harmful desires, and actually is causing them the frustration of their desires and overall harm in that respect. That's how we consider it, you know, worse as a society. Whether or not we could convince that, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Usually when I talk, I stop people if they say something I disagree with. If I say something that you disagree with, you can stop me immediately. I'm just trying to hammer out so I understand what you're saying, okay? If that's really annoying, we can do this.
No, I'm exactly.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm not trying to cut you off because, yeah, okay.